Hey guys, it's me, Tammy again. And today's video is going to be a little bit different. I don't know, maybe this is just the third time I've been wearing this robe. I guess that's just because I really like it. But that's besides the point. Today I just want to make a little bit of a serious video that involves something I did 4 years ago. And it very much reflects how I continue to be even after the anime days. I still continue to make mistakes. And I'm just making this just to let these feelings out. I want to be 100% transparent here. Because I feel like that's just what you need after hearing a bunch of drama these days? So basically, this involved me and another past friend of mine. I don't want to share her username, but I'm just going to refer to her by the fake name of Sarah. She was somebody I looked up to. I don't know if we were exactly friends back in the day, but I did a lot of things to piss her and her BF off. So yeah, before she left and everything, and before I took a chance to actually reach out unsuccessfully, she sent me a long message that tells me everything I did and just who I am as a person. So I'm just going to be reading through that. I'm not going to be leaving out any sort of detail. So yeah, I have the message up here, so I'm just going to read that. I'm going to read everything and then I'm going to do my commentary. Alright, so here's what it says. Why are you still being a thorn on my side? It's been a whole day. Grow up. I'm a bit frustrated, and I'm tired of your eyes making my BF uncomfortable. It's very bizarre to me. You know what? I'm going to dissect everything you've publicly said about me, since, quote, she didn't consider my feeling, end quote. Well, clearly you don't consider other people's feelings either. Once again, look at how you treat me. Just because my BF told me what you wanted to hear. No, scratch that. Just because my BF told you what you wanted to hear doesn't mean he believes that outside of your DM, you make him so uncomfortable with how you talk about me that he's private now. You think you've solved it all, but all you're doing is burning more and more bridges. Turns out you're pretty good at the art of lying too, because the whole quote, I want to be your friend and I look up to you so much, end quote. And then as soon as I say, hey, you're treating me kind of scummy over your own problem reading text, all of a sudden you're better than me? Ah, yes, the good old publicly admitting, talking about shit talking me. Who the fuck does that? Incredibly rude. Ignorance is bliss, and there's a reason people don't admit to doing it. So weird. There's more to me disliking you than whatever you've done. I don't like your personality, and I don't like how you treat people, and I don't agree with the whole changing myself for you mentality. You're sitting here and saying, well, he forgave me. I don't owe you forgiveness. I don't owe you friendship or reconnecting. You've been blocked for over a year. Why would you think I want that? I understand how you feel, or at least I thought I did. That person, quote, the person whose module obsessed didn't want to be my friend. I'm disappointed, sad face, end quote. But no, you're so ungodly angry. Once again, I'm telling you to get a grip. Quote, I need to be a better person. End quote. Okay, well, this is not making you look like a good guy. I'm not going to use tone indicators with you since it's not my problem you read everything so aggressively. I let you say what you wanted. Quote, we like modules and I want to reconnect. End quote. And yet when I said another more than two sentences, you couldn't even be asked to process them. Looks like I made the right call by keeping things short and sweet with what I wanted to say. I don't like how everything is about you. You refuse to listen, and you almost touched on it with your whole desire for attention mentality. You want everyone to care about your headcanons, but when someone personally shows interest, Give them the bare minimum. I'm not sure what you want, and it rubs me very strange. Just because I say things as they are doesn't mean that I didn't take you seriously. Once again, you make us violently uncomfortable with how you talk and treat people, and I'm having none of it. You've got such an us versus them, woe is me personality, and I don't like that. If we were friends, I wouldn't want to put up with it on a day-to-day basis. Especially over something so small like someone sending you a thumbs up or a module Discord with someone who ignored you for their own comfortably. But yeah, I should always consider how you feel as you stay perfectly ignorant to everyone else. I understand why you're like that, but that doesn't mean I need to bend down to you and forgive you whenever you want. Quote, wow, she's making me look bad. End quote. And you're not. Hypocritical behavior. You have 700 followers, and I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say you have a bigger close friends list than me. I don't care about what you did in the past. But everything after that definitely made me realize your true colors and intentions. You're sitting here on your public story, angry face. She told me to fuck off and die. I hope she's having a bad day. Yes, I have personal relationships with people. Yes, I've told them about this. The difference is, it's not public. Friends support friends. Most of the time, they'll agree with you over something small. It's not that big of a deal. I take their true opinions with a grain of salt, since they know it's what you want to hear. I don't want you to fix things, and now you can never fix things. I let you say your piece by not blocking you right away, and looks like I made the wrong choice since you got this mad over a thumbs up emoji. To think when you first texted me, I almost considered thinking you were okay and a good person, and yet here you are, definitely destroying any good thoughts I have left about you. I don't owe you friendship yet again. Please realize that. Cutting off your dropping rope isn't a bad thing for my own comfort. I'm only doing this whole message to get you to lay off, 'cause you're really making my boyfriend upset. You say you're a good person, but all you're doing is intentionally hurting others. Whatever happened to treat people the way you want to be treated? I'll keep you unblocked for the day in hopes you'll talk to me like an adult. But once again, I am not going to bow down to you, and I just want you to stop harassing us. And the message? Okay, so in this message, you can see that she stated a lot of things that I did to her and her partner, as well as a lot of other people. I'm just gonna go through this again. Yes, this took place on Instagram. I talked about this publicly on my story, and apparently she saw that and didn't like the fact that I was talking about that. So for additional context, I did beef with her partner at one part in 2020. That was back when I took inspiration from him to make my own sort of account. He would post about Project Diva, excuse me, he would post about Project Diva and the modules from it, and I wanted to make a similar account to that. So he basically saw that as me copying him. I didn't intentionally try to copy him, but I can see why he thought that way. But it wasn't about profiting off ideas or anything. Yeah, maybe in retrospect I should have credited him for the idea, but yeah. And what else? So this person is referring to the fact that I reached out to her 4 years ago by saying I want to reconnect because we like the same things, and she sent me back, I think I'm good on this one. I forgot to block you after checking on you. I doubt you changed that much. I just sent a cheesy message to them, and they sent me a thumbs up emoji at the end of their I think I'm good on this one. So I got pretty offended. that I thought she wasn't taking me seriously. But I can see why she did that after everything I've done around that time. Yes, it's true. I did publicly talk about these people in my stories. I did kind of paint them as the villains, even though they were rightfully telling me to stop doing all the shit that I did. And that wasn't very cool of me. The changing myself for you mentality part, yes, I did used to have the whole changing myself for people mentality because I thought maybe if I change myself, people will come back to me, but I guess there's more to changing than people thought there is, you know? And so what ended up happening was that people just didn't want to see me, even though I tried to tell them that I wanted to have another chance at friendship, you know? But now I realize that after all these years, I guess I'm still not as much of an angel as I thought I was. So the whole her BF coming to me and telling me what I wanted to hear part, it was during a time when my partner at the time, one of my closest friends at the time, was temporarily changed his username to his username and kind of impersonated him just to make me happy, even though I didn't want him to. But at the end, I just condoned it, you know. And then basically, my friend was acting like him, and that pissed him off, understandably. I don't know why I thought that was entertaining to see. But then he came into my DMs and basically said that, oh, well, I really wish that things could have gone better, and still talked about my friend impersonating him. Like, why didn't you stop them? And I said, because, well, I think they were just trying to get your attention and at somehow. Yeah, once again, I don't know why my friend did that. It was very stupid, and I don't know why I thought that was entertaining. So, yeah, that really did make him uncomfortable, and I should have done better. But I guess him forgiving me was what him forgiving me was had prompted me to reach out to Sarah, and maybe just maybe she would actually want to hear what I wanted to say because I thought everything was good. And like she said in the message, just because he told me what I wanted to hear doesn't mean that he's not uncomfortable. So, in a sense, they were just sugarcoating the whole thing. And now I don't know why I didn't see through that. She mentioned that I want people to care about my headcanons for some of the vocalizing modules, and I don't. I just give the bare minimum when someone shows interest. Yeah, I know that I didn't really show a lot of interest to other people, but that's. I don't know if it's a part of my social anxiety. I don't know if just the fact I'm not very good at keeping up with texts in general. But yes, I don't think that's an excuse for me to not show interest to people showing interest to me. And if I want people to show interest to me, then I have to show interest to them. It's a two-way street, you know? And so I've been I've been doing better with listening to people's interests, but I still want to get a chance to share my interests every once in a while. It's only fair if we both do it in the end. But yeah, she was supposed to be referring to the fact that I was throwing pity parties in her live stream, saying, "Oh, why does nobody care about my interests? Why won't nobody listen to me?" I was a very stupid teenager back then, you know. Yep, I was throwing pity parties in her live streams and making everybody around me uncomfortable because they weren't paying attention to me. I wanted to be the center of attention, and I really shouldn't have done that. If I really wanted people to listen to me, I could have just reached out to people myself, not like make myself look like a big person in her live stream. So that was very stupid of me, yes. But I recently learned that not everybody's going to listen to me, but those who do listen, I have to at least give them some effort when they want to say something themselves. So yeah, what else did she say? What else did I have to say? Just give me a moment, guys. Hmm. She told me that she told other people about this incident, but it was private when I did this publicly. I guess I'm just not that good at taking rejections. Dealing with friendship loss is not really my strong suit. So of course I go onto my stories, I go onto my socials to vent about it. And so I guess I just do that in a way to make myself feel better. But I didn't share her name in the stories because I wanted to protect her privacy. But she knew that I was talking about her, even though I didn't say her name, but I described enough for her to conclude that I was talking about her. And yes, I did make her look bad just because she was uncomfortable with my actions and how I made her partner uncomfortable too. So I thought she was being the enemy, even though she was rightfully trying to avoid me. And I can see why she did that. She says I can never fix things. Well, I'm a firm believer that I want to fix things with whatever is broken. Like I said, this incident happened 4 years ago. So that basically brings me to what happened next. This actually happened yesterday. I decided I would go to Discord and maybe try to reach out and apologize properly, only to be met with, "Oh, this is creepy. Why can't you leave me alone?" I think the reason why she said it was creepy was because I said, "Hey, I found you in another server that we used to be in." Because I didn't want to lie. But I guess that wasn't the best way to go about it. And that made me really upset because I just didn't get a chance to really say what I wanted to say. I was just being mostly polite in my message. And I just couldn't fathom how she would just shut me out like this. I can understand why she did it, but yeah. So basically, she described how I used to be in 2022. I guess also in the early 2020s as well. I guess you can also say 2025. So I was still kind of a dumbass. Yeah, a lot of the things that she said are very true that I did. And I'm admitting these right now because I don't want to withhold any information from my subscribers or followers or whatever. I want people to know that I'm not an angel. And even though she stated that I'm good at the art of lying, even though had a very, I have a very deep hatred towards liars, it makes me look like a hypocrite because I was lying myself about how I look up to people and how I'm a good person. But now I don't want to lie anymore because I want to stay true to my word that I don't like liars and I don't want to lie anymore. I feel like this requires a lot of transparency because not everybody's not perfect and I made very terrible mistakes. Some of you guys may have known me in my past of my old username I'm not going to say, but I don't think most of you know about these actions that I did because I don't, because some of you might follow me on Instagram, but some of you guys might not. Okay, so to the person who wrote me this message, if you happen to be watching this, I just want to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the way that I reached out to you was an unconventional method. But most of all, I'm sorry that I made you uncomfortable, that I hurt you and your partner. I don't know if you're gonna ever see this video, so I don't know if you have YouTube. But if you ever do end up seeing it, just know that I don't expect you to forgive me. I've already accepted that I don't deserve forgiveness a long time ago. I know I don't deserve anything from you guys, but I just want to say this right now because I need to get this off my chest. And I don't want to hold anything back anymore. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no amount of apologies will ever make up for the damage that I did. But the least I can do right now is just grow a pair and move on. So what else can you do? I don't want to get too philosophical into this. So, yeah. Okay, what else do I want to say? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all that I wanted to say about this right now. Thank you guys for listening to this, if you even bothered to listen, because this is like over 20 minutes long. So, I guess that's it. See you guys later.